My name is Mia. I am 26 years old. I work in a big office in the city. My life was simple, and I felt safe. I had a boyfriend named Kim for 3 years. I trusted him. I believed he loved me. I thought we were happy. I did not know that everything would change. One Friday after work, Kim sent me a short message. He asked me to meet him at the small park near my office. I smiled when I saw his message. I thought he wanted to spend time with me. I walked to the park with a light heart. But when I saw him sitting on the park bench, I felt something cold inside me. His face was sad. He did not smile at me. He did not look warm or happy. I sat next to him. I waited for him to speak. He looked at the ground. His voice was slow and low when he finally said, "Mia, I need to tell you something." My heart started to beat fast. My stomach felt tight. I did not speak. I only waited. Then he said, "I am in love with someone else. Her name is Tina." The world around me stopped. My arms felt weak. My breath felt short. My heart broke like glass. I asked in a small voice, "Are you leaving me?" I wanted him to say no, but he said yes. Then he stood up. He did not look at me again. He walked away from me and did not stop. I watched him go. I felt small and lost. I stayed on the park bench for a long time. Tears ran down my face. My chest felt heavy. I felt alone, even with many people around me. When I could finally stand, I walked home slowly. My small studio felt too quiet. I sat on my bed and cried again. My heart hurt. My head hurt. Everything felt dark. After some time, I called my 2 close friends. They came to my studio quickly. They looked worried when they saw my face. I told them what Kim said. I told them everything. They hugged me. They said, "You are too good for him." They said Kim did not value me. They said I was kind and strong. They did not want me to cry all night. They said I needed to leave the room and breathe fresh air. At first, I did not want to go out. My heart still hurt so much. But I looked at my friends, and I knew they were right. I needed to stop crying for a moment. I needed to feel alive again. So I said yes. I washed my face. I changed my clothes. I put on a simple blue top and jeans. I used simple makeup. I looked in the mirror. I hoped I looked a little stronger. My friends and I left the studio. The night air felt cool. The city lights were bright. I watched people walking and talking. I wished I could feel like them. We went to a lounge bar. The lights were warm. Soft music played in the room. Many people were talking, laughing, and dancing. For the first time since the breakup, I felt a little lighter. We walked to the bar. I ordered a sweet drink. It tasted fresh. I felt a small smile on my face. I tried to think about something other than Kim. After some time, I looked around the room. Then I saw him. A tall man stood near the small dance area. He had dark hair and warm brown eyes. His face looked calm and strong. He looked at me for a long moment. Our eyes met. I felt a small spark inside my chest. I did not know who he was, but something in me felt warm. The man walked closer. He smiled at me. I smiled back. I said, "You look nice tonight." He said, "You are very beautiful." His voice was deep and soft. I felt shy, but also excited. He asked, "Do you want to dance?" I said yes. We moved to the dance area. The music was slow. We danced close together. I felt his warm hand near my back. I felt safe, and I felt wanted. For a moment, the room around us was far away. Then he kissed me. The kiss was soft, then strong. My heart beat fast. I did not think about Kim. I did not think about Tina. I did not think about my pain. I only felt the kiss. After a long moment, I whispered, "Do you want to come with me?" I did not know why I said it, but it felt right. He looked into my eyes and said yes. He took my hand. We walked out of the lounge bar. The night was cool. I felt free and wild. We took a taxi to my small studio. When we arrived, we went inside. We kissed again. The kiss was warm and full of feeling. He held me close. The night was long. We kissed many times. We held each other. I forgot my pain. I forgot my fear. I forgot my broken heart. I felt free for the first time that day. When the morning light came into the room, he was sleeping beside me. He looked peaceful. I looked at him for a moment. Then fear grew inside me. I did not know his name. I did not know anything about him. My heart started to beat fast again. I felt confused and scared. I got out of bed quietly. I put on my clothes. My hands shook. I found a pen and paper. I wrote a short note. "Thank you for the night. Please leave the key under the mat." I put the note on the table. Then I opened the door and left my studio. The morning air was cool. I walked fast. I did not know what would happen next. I did not know that this stranger would come back into my life soon. Before I continue rest of the story, please like, subscribe, share, and tell me where you are listening from. Your support means a lot to me. Now let's continue. The next morning was hard for me. My head felt heavy and my body felt tired. I walked back to my small studio and sat on my bed. The room was quiet. My mind was full of many thoughts. I remembered the stranger from the night. I remembered his hands, his warm kiss, and his soft voice. Then I remembered my note. I felt nervous. I hoped he was not angry. I hoped he would leave the key under the mat and go without trouble. I wanted to forget the whole thing. I felt too confused. I washed my face and got ready for work. I wore simple clothes. I tied my hair back. My hands still felt a little weak. My heart still felt a little sad. I walked to the bus stop and took the bus to my office. I wanted the day to be quiet. I wanted to focus only on my work. But that day was not a normal day. It was a big day for the company. A new and very important client was coming. Everyone talked about him. My boss said the client owned a large business. He said the client wanted to work with our office. People worked fast to prepare the meeting room. The air felt tense. Everyone wanted to make a good impression. I tried to act calm, but inside I felt nervous. My mind kept going back to the stranger from last night. I did not want to think about him, but my thoughts kept returning to his eyes and his warm smile. I shook my head and tried to stop thinking. I needed to work. I needed to be professional. Soon, my boss called my name. He said, "Mia, it is time for the meeting. Come with me." I took a deep breath and followed him. My legs felt a little weak. My heart beat fast in my chest. I hoped I would do well. I hoped nothing strange would happen. But something strange did happen. When I walked into the meeting room, I froze. My eyes went wide. My breath stopped for a second. Sitting at the big table was the stranger from the night before. The man from the lounge bar. The man I kissed. The man who held me close for hours. The man who slept in my bed. The stranger. His eyes met mine right away. I saw shock on his face. His body went still. For a moment, I felt the room grow quiet. It felt like time stopped again. My boss smiled and said, "Mia, this is our new client. His name is Mark." He did not know the truth. He did not know what happened between us. Mark stood up. He gave a small, polite smile. He held out his hand to me. He said, "Nice to meet you, Mia." His voice was calm, but I saw something in his eyes. He remembered everything from last night. I said, "Nice to meet you too, Mark." My voice shook a little, but I tried to sound normal. I put my hand in his for a short moment. His hand felt warm. My stomach felt tight. I pulled my hand back fast. We sat down at the table. My boss started to talk about the project. I tried to listen, but it was very hard. My mind was full of the night. My heart felt strange. I could not look at Mark for long. When I looked at him, I remembered his kiss. I remembered his hands on my skin. I remembered my note on the table. I felt hot and cold at the same time. After the meeting, Mark and my boss talked near the door. I walked out of the room fast. I needed air. I needed space. I went to the copy room to calm down. I took slow breaths. My hands still shook a little. I did not know what to do. The door opened. I turned. Mark walked into the room. He closed the door quietly. My heart jumped. I felt nervous right away. He looked at me and said, "So, this is where you work." His voice was soft. He did not look angry. He looked warm. I looked down. I said, "I did not know who you were last night." I felt shy. I felt embarrassed. He stepped closer. He said, "I cannot stop thinking about last night." His voice was low and gentle. My heart beat fast again. I did not know what to say. I felt scared someone might see us. I felt scared of my own feelings. I said, "Someone may walk in. This is my office." My voice shook. I looked at the door. Mark smiled a small smile. He said, "Then meet me tonight. Just us. We can talk. We can understand what this is." I looked at him. His eyes were warm and calm. I felt a pull inside me. I felt excited and afraid. I said yes. That evening, I went to a quiet bar in the city. The lights were soft. The music was slow. I felt nervous while I waited. Then Mark walked in. He smiled when he saw me. He came to the table and sat down across from me. It felt natural to be near him. He asked, "How are you?" I said, "I am fine. Thank you." But it was not true. I felt many things inside me. He felt it too. We talked for many hours. He told me his name again. He said he lived alone. He said he worked hard and did not have much free time. He told me small stories from his life. They were simple stories, but they felt warm and real. I listened. Then I told him about my life. I told him I worked in an office. I told him I lived in a small studio. I told him I liked simple things. I also told him about Kim. I told him how Kim left me. I told him how it hurt. Mark listened. He did not judge me. His eyes stayed soft. He said he was sorry that I felt so much pain. His kind voice touched my heart. After some time, he reached across the table and held my hand. His hand was warm. My heart felt full. I looked at him. His eyes were gentle and kind. I felt safe with him. I felt close to him. It surprised me, but it felt true. We talked until the bar was almost empty. When it was time to leave, he walked with me outside. The night air was cool. The streets were quiet. He held my hand as we walked. I did not want the night to end. We stood near the corner of the street. He said, "I want to see you again. Not for one night. Not in secret. I want to know you. I want something real." My heart jumped. I felt happy and scared at the same time. I said, "I want to see you too." But I also said, "You are a client. My job could be in danger. People may talk." He looked at me and said, "We can be careful. We can go slow. But I do not want to lose this feeling." I felt the same. From that night, our secret relationship began. At work, we acted like strangers. We spoke only about work. Our voices were calm and short. We did not smile too much. We did not stand close. We had to be careful. But after work, everything changed. We met in quiet places. We walked in calm streets. We talked for hours. We held hands. We kissed. We laughed. We shared stories. I learned that Mark was gentle, strong, and honest. I felt safe with him. I felt close to him. I felt my heart grow warm again. He sent me small messages during the day. He wrote, "You look nice today." He wrote, "I want to see you." Every time he sent a message, my heart beat faster. I felt excited. I felt alive. Our secret love grew stronger each day. I felt happy again. I felt hope again. But I also felt scared. I knew it was a risk. I knew people at work would not like it. I knew my boss could get angry. But each time Mark smiled at me, my fear became small. His warm eyes made me brave. I did not know that our secret would soon come out. I did not know that the truth would find us fast. For now, I only felt love. I only felt joy. I only felt Mark. And I did not know that trouble was waiting for me just around the corner. The next week at work started like normal. I walked into the office with my bag and a cup of coffee. I tried to look calm. I tried to act like everything was simple. But inside my heart, I felt nervous. I wanted to see Mark, but I also wanted to stay safe. I did not want people to notice anything. I did not want to lose my job. At work, Mark and I acted like strangers. We talked only about the project. Our words were short. Our faces were serious. We did not stand close. We did not smile too much. But when no one looked, he gave me small, warm looks. His eyes made me feel strong. After work, we met in quiet places. We walked in small streets. We talked for hours. We held hands. We kissed. I felt happy. I felt like a new person. My heart felt light again. Mark was kind and gentle. He listened to me. He made me feel safe. I felt close to him in a way I never felt with Kim. But one afternoon, everything changed. I was leaving the office. I walked out the front door. The sun was bright. The air was warm. Then I saw someone standing near the entrance. It was Kim. His arms were crossed. His face looked angry. His eyes looked sharp. My heart dropped. Kim walked up to me fast. His voice was loud. He said, "Who is that man you keep seeing, Mia? Tell me." I felt shocked. I tried to stay calm. I said, "Kim, this is not your business anymore. You left me. You chose someone else." But Kim did not stop. He laughed an angry laugh. He said, "Oh, so you found someone new. You moved on fast." His voice was full of hate. I did not want to speak to him. I walked back inside the building to get away from him, but he followed me. Inside the office, near the front desk, Mark stood with my boss. They were talking about the project. Kim stopped walking when he saw them. His eyes went wide. He looked at Mark. Then he looked at me. Then he looked at Mark again. I saw the moment he understood everything. Kim said in a loud voice, "So he is the one. The new client. The man you are seeing." People in the office turned to look at us. They stared. They whispered. Their eyes were full of questions. My hands felt cold. My heart beat too fast. I felt a wave of panic. I felt like I could not breathe. Everything I tried to hide was now in the open. I wanted to run away. I wanted to disappear. That whole afternoon, people looked at me with strange faces. They talked quietly when I walked by. My boss looked confused. I felt scared. I felt small. I thought I might lose my job. I thought I might lose Mark too. Later that day, Mark found me in a quiet corner of the office. I was shaking. I tried not to cry. He walked to me and held my hand. His hand felt warm and steady. He said, "Mia, please look at me." I looked up at him. His eyes were calm and strong. He said, "I do not care what people say. I do not care about the whispers. I do not care about their looks. I want to be with you. That is the only thing that matters." His voice was clear and sure. His words were like light in a dark room. My panic slowly went away. I felt a little stronger. I felt safe again. But we both knew it would not be easy. People would talk. My boss might get angry. The project could become a problem. But Mark did not let go of my hand. He stood beside me. His support gave me courage. That evening, our company had a dinner event. Many workers were there. When I walked into the room, people looked at me again. Their eyes felt heavy. I felt nervous. But then Mark came to me. He stood close. He put his arm around my waist. He showed everyone that we were together. A soft quiet came over the room. Some people looked surprised. Some looked confused. Some even smiled a little. I felt my face grow warm, but I also felt proud. For the first time, I did not hide. Then I saw Kim in the room. His face turned red when he saw Mark and me together. He looked angry. His eyes were full of hate. But this time, his anger did not hurt me. It did not break me. I felt strong. I felt free. Later, when we found a quiet place in the room, Mark took my hands. His face was soft and warm. He said, "Mia, I want to ask you something." My heart beat fast. I looked into his eyes. He said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" No secrets, no fear, just us. I felt my heart fill with light. I said, "Yes, Mark. Yes, I want that. I want you." I felt tears in my eyes, but they were happy tears. Our story started in a strange way. It started with pain. It started with a broken heart. It started with one wild night that I did not plan. But it grew into something real. It grew into something strong and warm. It grew into love. As I stood there with Mark, I knew my life had changed again. But this time, it changed in a good way. I felt hope. I felt joy. I felt ready for a new start. And this time, I was not afraid.